andrewholness for me, nobody could say anything about it. But what I'm seeing at me now, a PNP me a vote for.
Oh, thank you. Me a
vote for. No,
making the right decision.
Nobody could talk about labor. Let me hear me always a quarrel with them. Now, a PNP me a vote. No, I want to meet him. A PNP me a vote for.
When Bruce Golden was leaving, he handpicked him and said, this is the man to carry forward. After Siaga had trained him and said, this is the person, and he's going to carry forward an agenda. Why do you think he's a QC? You think him interested in Jamaica becoming no real republic? If Jamaica becomes a republic under the PNP or JLP, it will be nothing more than a new label on an old piece of broke down car, which are done nowhere for the Jamaican people. Their goal is to change the label, to fool us, but the system will remain the same. The same corrupt system that allowed them to rob the Jamaican people at will. They'll no longer call it a governor general, they'll call it a president, but it will be the same system. Jamaica cannot afford to be a fake republic like Barbados or Guyana or even the US for that matter. We need to be a real republic, and a real republic is one that protects the individual sovereignty of our people. So nobody can take away your right to your body, your right to freedom of speech, your right to freedom of movement, your right to freedom of association, and your right to freedom of choice. Nobody should have that power over anybody in this country, and we have to fight to preserve our freedom and get our true freedom. Because we don't have full freedom, we have some of it. I know they want to take away the little bit we earn through Nani and Marcus Garvey and Paul Bogle. We now need to fight to get full liberty, full freedom, and take back our country and make Jamaica the Singapore of the world, because Singapore was smart enough to go against that kind of system. Not fully, because they haven't gone all the way. The UIC going to take Jamaica all the way, and we're going to eclipse Singapore as becoming a first-class country in the world.
All right. Rash Jada is asking Mr. Patterson, how can the public help? That was going to be my question as well, Rash Jada. Thank you, sister. How can the public help to bring about the change?
Excellent. Number one, go on the UIC website, uicjamaica.com, and subscribe. That's number one. So you're going to get the messages coming to you. Number two, tell everybody you know about the UIC. So use your mouth to overcome the media. Word of mouth. Spread it. Tell everybody. Number three, share all of our content, whether it's from our Facebook page, UIC Jamaica, our TV, UIC Liberty TV, Instagram, WhatsApp, sorry, not WhatsApp, Twitter, anything. Get involved, volunteer, go on our pages. I want to volunteer to help with X, Y, or Z. And number three, very, very important, donate, donate, donate. Go on there, and most people are signing up to give $25 a month, because what we're trying to do, we want to raise 1,000 person giving $25 a month. That gives us 25,000 US, which will allow all of our candidates to be able to effectively blanket the country. You know, it's a small number still, you know, but it's big enough. We've done the calculation. If we have 1,000 donors giving $25 a month, no, you might not be able to give 25. You can give 5. You can give 10. Just give something, give whatever you can, and tell everybody you know. If you say, I don't know about the UIC, well, now you know about it, me I tell you. And here is the link. Here is the link to sign up on the website, become a member and participate, donate. Come to our meetings and vote. You can vote for president, you can vote for vice president. We have an annual general meeting. It's called AMC, Annual Members Congress, every year. And we have monthly or bi-monthly or quarterly general public meetings where we invite everybody to come in, and we have members meetings. So please get involved. Don't just sit on the sideline and watch and hope. You know, some people, for the last years, they were waiting, wait to see what the UIC do. We are waiting for. Is your country, and this UIC is your party. It is the only political party that was formed by somebody that didn't come from one of the other two parties. I have no affiliation with the PNP, no affiliation with the JLP, never been a member, never been a supporter, never been a donor, and I have never voted for any of them. I am voting for Jamaica, and that's why we have the UIC. Notice the symbol on the UIC? It's the handshake in the form of the country. We're going to reunite the country. We're going to get rid of the division, unify the people, uplift their minds, get the people to think the way Marcus Garvey wants them to think, an open understanding of history and economics and money, so we can see what them are trickery. For example, The CBDC that they're bringing on now, the central bank digital currency, it is the last peg of the trick. When they get all the way upon that CBDC, your right's done. Because here's what they're going to do. If you don't do what they tell you to do, for example, they give up your bodily autonomy the next time they want to inject you, they'll just turn off your access to money. So you'll no longer have access to your money. So be careful about this so-called digital currency. Be careful about this NIDS cards. Remember, the court struck down the NIDS. And then what they do, they tell us that, okay, it's now going to be voluntary. Lie them and tell. What they're going to do, say it's voluntary, but then when you go to the bank going to say you can't get a bank account unless you have a NIDS card. When you go to do business with the government offices, they're going to make you suffer if you don't have a NIDS card. It will take longer for you. You must go over there, so wait, and frustrate you. And when you go for a job, the big businesses, because we're killing off the small businesses, they're going to say, oh, you need to have a NIDS card before we can put you on the payroll. So this government, this prime minister, is the most dangerous that Jamaica has ever had. He is committed to making Jamaica a totalitarian state through the back door, a police state through the back door. You notice his entire plan for crime is always states of emergencies. Who does that impact? The poor people them. The people them who they make to suffer and turn them into vagabonds. They then go down there and terrorize those people. When the real problem is at the top. It is those who are evil money, those who are cover for big criminals, those who are allow the guns and ammunition into the country, and them we need to stop. If we cut them off from the top, cut off the head, the people at the bottom will not be able to continue to be criminals that they're turning them into. So it's time for us to screw our heads on and stop allowing them to screw us.
You know, somebody said to me, he's a young youth, but he's well educated in the political aspects of things, as I am not, because he's been listening to you for a while and he has been working with or alongside you for a while. And he said, so Flo, may I tell you something right now, Mr. Patterson, Jamaica last hope, because what is coming after, if we don't gear up and get ready and get on board this UIC thing, and this is why I started getting so interested, you know, but now to hear all this, I feel guilty that I didn't even know all this. Like, this is a train wreck that we're just sitting by waiting for the train to, like, the big explosion and the big... So we have to get on board. We have to get on board. You won me over this morning, Mr. Patterson. I wasn't sure. I absolutely was not sure. You definitely won me over this morning, because a lot of things that you said to me, I've been saying myself, just from what I've picked up from the outside looking in. I've been saying now on YouTube for 7 years. But the way you went in depth, solidified all that I thought was going on, plus more. Yeah. And this is like a state of emergency for us.
It is. It is. We're in the red zone. We're in danger. I mean, this is the first prime minister that is born after independence. But watch carefully. He has been thoroughly trained by one of the worst prime ministers we've ever had. You understand? And then if you notice what happened with Bruce Golding, in the 1990s, Bruce Golding came out and tried to tell us some of what I'm telling you now. He tried. He was beginning to try to say it, but then he was quickly slapped. And the same people who had boosted him to leave the JLP and go to the NDM, and the same people who sent some money NDM way, they only did it because they were tired now of an unelectable leader. Siaga was now unelectable because the people of Jamaica had settled in their hearts and mind that this man, in their opinion, rightly or wrongly, in their opinion, they had settled that this man was a demon based on the kind of things that he engaged in. And him alone, and to be fair to him, the other side was engaged to. But we all know that the CIA and the USA worked with him on his side and empowered them with guns and all kind of nefarious activities. On the other side, we know that the Russians, through the Cubans and others, worked with the other side. And they got us, slow flow, to kill each other. They got us to kill each other for. They got us to now go into the street and...
About the UIC.
Yes, sir. Now, the UIC was registered as a political party on the 2nd of December, 2019. Since then, we have had very little media coverage. Everything has been done to keep us out of sight and out of mind. Even the church has worked against us. The church has had now a number of prayer breakfasts. The third one just happened recently, and for 3 years in a row, the church has declined to invite the UIC to participate in the prayer breakfast. Why? We reached out to the church and asked them, why have you excluded the UIC from the prayer breakfast? And the answer 3 years ago, was it was an oversight. The answer 2 years ago is that it was an oversight. And the answer again this year is what? Another oversight? No, man. We need to do better than this. It's time for the church, the Electoral Commission of Jamaica, the POC, the PSOJ rather, the Jamaica Debates Commission, and all Jamaicans and all civil society, the entire media houses. It's time for you to recognize the UIC as Jamaica's official third registered political party and start treating us as such. You know, it's really sad in Jamaica to see that you have the news cycle going every day, and all you hear about is two parties over and over again. Why not let the Jamaican people hear and know that we have 3 active and 4 registered political parties, and let the people hear from us? We want to let the people know what our policies are, what our plans are for Jamaica, how we can fix this country. Come on, man. Let's do better than that. Let's have a true democracy, one where all voices are heard, so we can find the best solutions for our country. And after 80 years of the two-party, much is lacking, and it's time for us to get to work fixing it.
So how do you feel about the UIC being banned from these traditional media space and not being able to get the attention it deserves? Do you think it's deliberate?
You know, I don't know if it's deliberate, but what is clear is that it's consistent. We have consistently been denied media access. We have been consistently shadow banned on social media. We have consistently tried to get involved in the discourse, but the media seem more interested in showing anything bad about the UIC and nothing good. I can't understand why the PSOJ is so adamant on funding 2 parties in Jamaica and pushing those 2 parties to give the false illusion of choice. The Jamaican people should know that a vote for either of the 2 traditional colonial parties is still a vote for the PSOJ oligarchs who control them. The UIC is independent, and I believe because we're independent and we're not bought and controlled by those who control our economy, they don't want our voice to be heard. That's my, understanding of the situation. But I could be wrong. It could be that it's an oversight. So if it's an oversight, here's what I'm saying. PSOJ, stop now. Invite the UIC to be a part of the national debate. Let us come on stage with the 2 parties you favor and let the world hear the country, let the diaspora hear our views. I'm saying to the ECJ, we know that you're a partisan body, a bipartisan body, supporting the 2 major parties. But step back for a moment and think about Jamaica and open up the forum so that the Jamaican people can hear the ideas of the UIC. You know, one of the problems I have is that every so often I hear the Prime Minister, the opposition leader, the 2 main parties, selling the UIC ideas as their own. Why not tell the people that you have found a person, an organization, a body, the UIC, that has a fountain of good ideas, and we want to tap into those good ideas and use them to build the country? We're all for that. We're willing to join hands with you to do the right thing for the Jamaican people. But the time has come now for us to stop this game. Let's open the floodgates to the democratic process and let the Jamaican people hear fully and unequivocally from all registered political parties, and that must include the UIC Jamaica movement.
So where do you get these plans from, Mr. Patterson? Did you copy them, or it's UIC original creation?
Okay, very good question. So all of our plans are carefully designed based on studying models across the world. For example, we looked at Singapore, we looked at the Netherlands, we looked at Ghana, we looked at other countries, the US and so on. And then we've also added our own ingenuity. So for example, our policy concerning campaign financing is to have a 100% publicly funded system, which will eliminate vote buying and give us real candidates who are committed to helping the people. Our policy of a non-partisan constitutional republic is our own Jamaican creation based on studying how effective good republics can be. So we're in a position to deliver for the Jamaican people a quality system of governance, a better experience, a safe, clean and orderly Jamaica, one where every Jamaican can live, earn and retire with dignity in their own country.
So, Mr. Patterson, if you win this seat, what would be your greatest plan moving forward, and what would you do for the Jamaican people?
Excellent. So, as you know, this is a municipal election, even though it's kind of a referendum on the government. If we're elected, if I'm elected in Braze River, my primary focus for the Braze River Division is to ensure that, one, the municipal council accounts for every tax dollar that you have given it. Two, that those taxes are used for you and are not embezzled or otherwise misappropriated. And three, that the quality of your life is improved right here in this constituency by having amenities that will empower our young people, empower our families, and build our communities. Also, we must immediately revive all of our agri-projects, whether it's the two cassava factories out in Elam or the Aki factory out in Braze River. Let us bring back those institutions, those facilities, and turn them into productive enterprises that can create jobs and opportunities for the people right here in Braze River of Northeast St. Elizabeth. My job is to make you and your family better off by channeling your tax dollars into productive enterprises to give you the quality of life that you deserve.
Well, Mr. Patterson, how would you manage if you are the only person from the UIC elected in the parish council?
Well, you know, for me, I've learned very well to work with people. I've had the privilege of working with more than 120 different countries. I've been to France, I've been to the Netherlands, I've worked in India, I've worked in China. I understand people. Here in Jamaica, every single politician has a vested interest. They have their own ideas, what they want to achieve. What you have to do as the sitting councillor for Braze River in the St. Elizabeth Parish Council, I will seek to influence my fellow councillors to think outside the box that they have found themselves. Many of our councillors, they mean well, but they have been trained poorly. They have been guided incorrectly. And now my job is to empower them, enlighten them, and lead them. Even if I'm not mayor, lead them to find the right path to make not only the lives of themselves better, but how they can do both. How they can be better off as individuals, better off in their own families, and at the same time lift up the standard of living for all Jamaicans right here in the parish of St. Elizabeth.
So who are your candidates?
Oh, good question. So we have a number of candidates. For example, we have Mr. Winston Wright in Betheltown, Western Westmoreland. We have Mr. Chase Neal out in Western St. Mary in the Gale Division. We have Mr. Sheldon McGann out in West Rural St. Andrew. He's in the Brandon Hill Division. We have Mr. Kenneth Harper out in East Rural St. Andrew, and he's in the Mount Industry Division. And of course, I am here in Northeast St. Elizabeth representing the Braze River Division. The reason why Jamaicans want to vote for us is because we're not about politics as usual. We're not about vote buying or game playing. We're here to fix the foundational problems of Jamaica, to fix bad governance, to eliminate corruption, and to ensure that your tax dollars are spent on the things that are important to you. For example, right here in Northeast St. Elizabeth, many of you do not have fixed addresses. So if you order something overseas or you have letters to be delivered, you have to go to a post office to pick it up. Why don't we have fixed addresses here? Why can't your mails and parcels come straight to your home? We also see where many of our old people and children are at risk of being hit down by cars because we don't have proper sidewalks. What's with that? We can fix that. Why don't we have street lights properly across the territory so that people coming home late from work and so on will have light to see where they're going? These are basic things that should be fixed a long time ago. Many of our community centers are in shambles. They're not staffed properly. They're not built properly. They're not maintained. They don't have the kind of facilities and tools where people need to enjoy a decent living.